Hello, y'all. It's Lynn from Tinker Tarot and Cartomancy. I always forget to add that because I was just Tinker Tarot for the longest time. And so, and then I became Tinker Tarot and Cartomancy because I really have a big Cartomancy crowd out there that really like that. So I started including them in every reading. So changed my name, but anyway. So my name is Lynn, and I've laid out all the cards here. I'm using the transparent tarot this month. I'm also using the Morgan Greer. These ones look like that on the back. And of course, the cartomancy, which is the art of reading the regular playing cards. And this is a French deck from a friend of mine in Luxembourg. Started out as someone who started watching me on YouTube, and we became friends. And she sent me this deck because she knows how crazy I am about reading the playing cards and the old ways. I love the old ways. So, anyway, Pisces, let's get on with it. This is, so far as what I can see, is a very good reading for you. I can see that you're going through a huge transformation right now and have been. You're already in it, okay? And I think you're rising above a very difficult situation you may have been through where you could have been beating yourself up and had a lot of worry or anxiety about the situation at the time, but I feel like you are transforming yourself in this right now. You start off with the judgment card, and the judgment card is rebirth. We come out of the cave that we're in, whether it's in our head or depression or whatever you're feeling. You come out of this cave with a new plan, with a new concept, perhaps just a new belief, the way you see things. And you're ready to soar. You feel strong and ready to go, and just a new attitude kind of thing. And it's bringing you out of this anxiety or depression or whatever it is. And just remember, you're just being reborn at this time. You're ready to come out into the light, okay, again. Because, and I think this is going to bring you some clarity, or you've received some sort of clarity that has cleared up. I love the way that sword is going right through that Nine of Swords. So it is cutting through all this gerbil wheel we get on in our head, thinking the same thought over and over and over again and worrying about it. And this sword just cuts right through that and clears things. You figure it out in your head. You think it through. You realize, I am just hurting myself here. I am just, worrying about something that hasn't even happened, or you clear it up for yourself. And this brings you to that phoenix, right? This is you, the phoenix, figuring it out. Oops. Oh, I forgot to do the cards that jumped out as usual. I'm going to jump to those right now. So in the underlying energy, Seven of Wands and the Prince of Cups, the Knight of Cups. So in the Seven of Wands, we're in a fight or flight situation. It seems like you have to dispute things, deal with people. You don't want to, I don't think, anymore. But it is the fight or flight. So you're going to decide whether you're going to stay and you're going to protect what you've built, what you've achieved, what you've accomplished, or you're going to say it's just not worth it anymore. It's more hassle than anything else. And then they turn into the Knight of Cups. Now, this could be regarding a younger person as well as going through this situation, a younger person around you. It could be a child, it could be a niece or nephew, could be a coworker, and it could be yourself. And so when you turn into the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups, it just says, I'm sorry, or they don't get into this fighting and disagreeing, and they just don't go there toward the drama. They don't want the drama, and so they approach everything with compassion and kindness and understanding and support, so it's completely different, these two, these two. I think your attitude about the whole thing has changed. So now we come down to the present, and look at that. You have the sun. So where everything was, you couldn't see clearly or you couldn't think clearly, is illuminated now. You're able to see things for what they are, and you have this happy attitude. You have this carefree, youthful attitude, and I think you've been looking for that again. And here it's come back to you. Here you're happy and successful. You can see the road ahead. You can see things starting to work out. Oh my God, my dog's snoring. You'll hear it just a sec. It's just a little Yorkie, but she snores so loud. She just falls asleep to the sound of my voice, me talking and talking and talking. My son used to do that. He'd crawl under the table with a pillow and blanket, and he'd just fall asleep at my feet under the table. Just the sound of voices made him feel so comfortable. Anyhow, then you have the King of Wands. So there could be a fire sign around you or coming into your life. This could be a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius person. Or is yourself, Pisces, ready to take action, feeling confident. The King of Wands feels very confident and competent, is able to manifest what you want in your life. You can see the plan, you can see the idea, you can see how to do it, you know. And then you also have the moon. You have the sun and the moon in the same. Look at that. That's gorgeous, eh? Look at that. Oh, there's a reflection there. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? So I think the sun is going to clear up whatever the effects the moon usually has on you. Okay. You are heading more toward the sun. I think there was confusion for you in the past, and it may linger in a little bit, take you a while to, you know, clear the dust away, kind of thing. But I think you are definitely um, have a very clear view, and you can get through those. You can get through those, those lingering little things that come into your head that say, where you feel like you can't really see the whole picture. And I feel that you're not going to let those get you down or disappoint you anymore. You're just going to wade your way through it. Then near the end of July, oops, that's the wrong side. Near the end of July, look at that, 10 of Cups. So 10 of Cups is completion in a relationship. It's also happiness and joy. You're really looking forward to the ace coming, the new beginning. Something is happening for you here big time with that Ace of Swords as well. And this, it very much could be in a relationship. It could be with that King of Wands. It could be at work in your partnerships. This could be a new partnership for you, something you're very happy of, or the completion of a partnership. But and I think you're finding a lot of happiness, because it looks like you have to balance things. You have to be while you're waiting for your ships to come in. I also think you're finding more balance in your life at this time. It's a part of the healing process for you, and you're happy with what you have. You're not thinking about what you don't have. You're happy with what you have. You also may get half of something, half of something here. And then you have the Lovers. This is really interesting. I love these transparent cards because they change the picture every time you add another card. Oops, there's a reflection. So, and it is balance itself, with the yin yang. And I think you're finding more balance. I think you have had a choice in life, in partnership, perhaps in love. And so I think that this choice, you know, you've changed to accept the choice, whatever it is. Okay. You're accepting something. All right. And you're finding balance within yourself, whatever this is. I'm not sure where this relationship going. There could be a new relationship, a bond. There also, sometimes this indicates wedding, partnership, commitment in some way. And this is a choice for you. I think you're going to be happy about it, tell you the truth. So then in the Morgan Greer, what you had jump out for you there was the Nine of Wands and the Four of Swords. These are very similar cards, but they're similar and different. So in the Nine of Wands, there could be some sort of health issue where you might feel vulnerable, or it might have delayed your path for a while, perhaps. It also could be defending what's yours. So there's a few examples. So if you were having a health issue and the insurance company was telling you that you're not going to get payment for something, or you're only going to get it for 2 months, and your injuries take 6 months to heal, you're going to fight it. You're going to fight this. And this is where you stand up for yourself. This card, you draw the line and say, no, this is the way it's going to be. So there's a lot of strength in this card while you're feeling vulnerable. Okay. The other side too is it if you were going through a separation or something like that, and someone said, well, I'm taking the house, and you would say, no, you're not. No, you're not. Like there's needs to be something fair. I'm standing up for myself here. But in the Four of Swords, it is a withdrawal. We kind of withdraw. We maybe, and this is what happened when you were having that difficult time, all in your head, feeling like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know what to do. I'm trapped. And so in the Four of Swords, we kind of withdraw to do some thinking, right? And we need to think things over because we're feeling vulnerable in this situation, feeling like we have to wear armor. We need to protect ourselves. So it's a bit of a retreat while we regather, we re-energize, and we look at the plan again. What can I do? So then what you got here, let me put these back out. Then what you got here is another Knight of Cups. That was over here as well with the Phoenix. And I think there's a more compassionate side of you coming out. Like compassionate, but at the same time protecting yourself. You don't feel vulnerable by the words or actions of other people. You know that that's theirs. It's not mine. It's theirs. So you're able to separate that in some way. I think you've learned something from this experience that's made you evolve into a more evolved person. And then the Page of Rods. So Knight of Cup, Page of Rods, and Two of Wands. Oh, my elbows hit these things. I should put this pad right here to rest my elbow on. So, oh yeah. So I have a feeling you're getting ready to create new growth in your life. The Page of Wands is but perhaps you could be training or learning a new skill at this time, something that you feel passionate about, something that you love, it makes you happy. And I think that sort of you're kind of making the plan on how to move forward and do this, because I think you're at a point in your life where you realize you can. I can do this. You could have had doubt before of whether you could. Maybe your confidence was down. Maybe your worth was down. Um, but you could partner with someone. There's a possibility of a meeting or partnership to start moving it forward too. But it's something you're new of at in some way, or it's something is new about it. There's part of it you don't understand. Like you could be an artist, but you don't know how to sell your stuff, and so you need to learn a new side of it, because you can see something in this, there's something more you want in your life right now. Look at that. The world with the sun, the high priestess, and the hermit. So three major arcana right there. There's huge, something big. This is big picture kind of stuff. And it's new. There's a new chapter for you, but you're taking your time here. You're not in a big rush, Pisces. And I know you're a high energy person, but I feel like there's a chapter that is completed in your life and you're happy about it. You're able to be happy about it now, no matter what it is. I think that you've gained some real ancient wisdom here. And I think that you are experiencing two worlds in some way. There's two sides of yourself or something like that. You Yeah, you've gained some real knowledge here. I think that there is something spiritual happening within you, okay? And also you're looking for the right path. The hermit goes to the mountain to find clarity, to find the answers within oneself. And the other reason we go to the mountain, to the top of the mountain, is so that we can see the whole picture. We can turn 360 degrees and see any plan, any future, where that path, all the paths are going. You really want to see the whole thing before you set out. You're more careful now. You're a little more careful and wise from your experience, okay? And you trust your instincts a lot more too. And then near the end of July, look at that, Temperance. Wow, what a lot of powerful cards. The Seven of Swords and the Four of Cups. I'm getting the feeling that there's someone in a partnership here that's trying to get away with more than what they deserved or more than what they earned, like worked for. You know, they work part-time but they want all the pay, or there's something that is someone is trying to be sneaky about here, okay? You are trying to find balance, balance your in relationship, okay? There's something here. I think there's some you've grown kind of. I think you may have changed. You want, if you're going to continue in a relationship, you want it to grow too and have balance. And we take steps in relationship where there's a little more trust and a little more trust, and we're willing to commit to more, sacrifice more, perhaps, right? Excuse me. Just find the right recipe. But I feel like someone is being deceptive or hiding something in this situation where you're trying to achieve balance. And in the Four of Cups, there's somewhat disappointment. We were really hoping this situation or this person or this job, this relationship was going to be perfect. It really seemed perfect. However, it's this is what you're being offered. And so then you have a choice to make. Are you going to continue with something that is not what you were looking for? Okay. And I got to tell you, we move in patterns, right? And we'll go back to old patterns very easily. And if our old pattern is to settle, then a lot of times we'll go back and settle again. But there's a part of me that thinks that you've gone through a dramatic change here recently, okay? And that's the phoenix that rises out of the ashes. Something happened, you were hurt, disappointed, let down, something like that. And you grew out of that situation. You've matured, you've evolved. And so now I think life is testing you. Are you sure you've grown? Are you sure you've evolved? What if I offered you something similar? Would you take it? And it's kind of life testing you. Are you sure you've grown? And because we feel very achieved, very happy, we're just skipping along in life. And so I think that you you're going to make a choice here. And whether to settle or look for that golden cup. And, but I have a feeling that you're going to look for the golden cup because you've gone through so much already. So you're not going to settle for, someone who isn't being honest, isn't being fair, isn't contributing, or something like that. You're not going to go for that, right? I'm hoping you're not, Pisces. Now, in the cartomancy, you have the Eight of Clubs and two Kings here, okay? Now, what's interesting to me, I'm wondering if you're actually dealing with two people. It could be two men, could be two women. Two very strong figures that are accomplished, successful. Um, I just got the feeling from one of them pushy. One might be pushy, okay? And anyhow, alternatively, one could be your dad and another an adult male. But I feel like there's two men here, and there's a conversation going on. This could be about work. Could be about that's something to possibly work something out. Okay. So you're in conversation with the King of Diamonds is usually seen as a mature, older person, over 50 at least. Could have gray or white hair. Could have even like a red, strawberry blonde hair with green or gray eyes. The King of Clubs is usually a dark eyed, dark haired man, brown hair, brown eyes. Usually, this person is very friendly. They're very creative. They know how to do things, make things, manifest things. King of Diamonds is obviously very stable. He's had a long time to build up his life and knows how to move money. The King of Diamonds also could be the financial influence in the situation. This guy has all the ideas. This guy has the money and knows the financial part, the business part. Anyway, this is conversation to try and work something out, work together perhaps. In the present moment, oh, you have the Ace of Diamonds, the Three of Hearts, and the Three of Spades. So, this is some sort of communication, sometimes a letter, an email, a text. And it's very focused on you. It looks like you and only you. But however, there is an obstacle here to it being this. I think this is someone you care about, you're close to. Could be someone you love. This is definitely communication, maybe wanting commitment, but for you, there is an obstacle. Okay. Coming in probably in the second week of July, you have the Eight of Diamonds, the Queen of Diamonds, and the Jack of Hearts. So this is more communication. This is conversation and talks, probably about money, maybe travel, and um, it could be with your mother. It could be like this is an older woman now, influential, financial. She is the guide, gives good advice, and with the Jack of Hearts. This could be your mother in law. The Jack of Hearts is usually, it could be a family member too, your child, perhaps. Um, this woman's child, about a child. Um, but you someone could be having a common sense talk with you and maybe about your money, to do with this Cupid person. This Cupid person could be this Queen of Diamonds, could be a treasure hunter. This Cupid person is someone that is interested in you, you interested in them, or it's a young person or a family member, right? A young family member. So someone is um, trying to help you invest or protect. Above you, you have the Seven of Diamonds, the Eight of Hearts, and the Six of Clubs. Wow, there is a lot of conversations going on here, I think, with family, friends, co-workers. Seven of Diamonds, you're kind of communicating, thinking about what you would like to happen, what you wish would happen. If only it could be like this. And in the Eight of Hearts, it's discussing, in the Six of Clubs, making this happen. So the Eight of Hearts is kind of, in the wishful thinking here, um, because the Eight of Hearts is fondly talking about something, sometimes flirting, talking about taking steps together, growing something together. I'm feeling like it's probably a partnership because of this Eight of Hearts. This is definitely a labor of love, something that you love or love to do. You want to expand here. And so this is what you're trying to make happen, you're dreaming of. You got every single eight, every single one. So much talk here. So Eight of Diamonds, Queen, or Ace of Spades, and the Queen of Spades. So no, that's the Ten of Diamonds. That's the 10. I was mistaken. The 10 of Diamonds. So look at that. You have a 10 and an ace right beside. So I'm going to tell you something. I'm sorry, Pisces, but this could be someone passing away, someone older, someone that was single, widowed, or divorced. This could be an inheritance coming to you through this person, through this end. They could have already passed away. This could have been a year ago or something like that. But I feel like there's some money or security coming to you through someone passing away. Alternatively, this money is coming to you because someone is ending something. They're retiring. They physically can't do it. They're taking a leave of absence, something like that. And somehow it's rewarding for you. The other possibility is this person came into money and is now stopping what they were doing. They don't need to do it anymore. Oop, there's a hair or something on that. King of Spades, 10 of Hearts, and 3 of Clubs. So this is how others are seeing you or influencing you. I'm kind of seeing a romance here, okay? And a romance with the King of Spades. It could be a male or female. The king is single, not by choice, widowed, separated, or divorced. This king is looking for family commitment, long-term relationship, something that's, going to go on, and is willing to put hard work and perseverance into this. So this is how people are seeing you or someone you're dealing with. Okay. I think they think you're looking for love. You want something long term, like that's the kind of person you are. You're in it for the long haul. You don't want to just be free and date and something like that. You like being in a relationship, probably being part of a team. In the foundation, you have the five of spades, the three of diamonds, and the nine of diamonds. In the five of spades, I can see you lost something. There was loss there. And it could have been loss in relationship, but it could have been loss in security or in your investments in some way. But I feel like there's a wish coming true out of this situation for you. I think it's going to turn out better than what you think or how it started, how it began. It's definitely going to improve. You have more ambitious opportunity. I also feel like you could be taking short trips or maybe planning a trip. But that puts you into action right away. It puts you into action, but it's good for you, whatever this is. Maybe it doesn't feel good when it happens, but it turns things around for you very quickly. And in your surprise, you have the two of clubs, the 10 of clubs, 2, 4, 6, 8, yep, 10, and the nine of clubs. So look, this looks like a business meeting to me. This is a business meeting about you retiring, Pisces, about someone retiring at work. Also, this is long-term plans. This is some sort of completion, maybe of a project. Talking about, it could be a contract too. But it's happening at the work site. There is a meeting there to complete something here. And maybe talking about something that is going to go over a long period of time, and you need to talk about all the details of it. How are we going to finish this? How are we going to, what's the plan? It's a big plan, but it's all the way plan. It's just not the first couple steps. It's the whole kit and caboodle. And it could mean an opportunity for you for sure, long term. Okay. And this is at the work site. So, wow, a lot of big changes for you, Pisces. I think what could be challenging right now is soon to change, okay? But I think you will be tested. I think you will be tested. I think you're changing in a big way. You're starting to see some of the old you back again, but I think you'll be tested. Are you sure this is what you want? Are you sure you're not going to fall back? Because life will test us sometimes that way. And that's where you make a big choice, a big choice. So I think that you're going to be successful. I think you're going to be making more money for sure. I'm not sure about this relationship though. I got to tell you, I'm just not sure. I think that you shouldn't jump into anything too quickly, is what I'm thinking. Okay. So just take your time. Take your time. There's a lot of cards here that just say, slow down a little bit. There's no rush. Take my time. I don't have to decide today. I can just enjoy it right now. So, all right. Anyway, let me know. I'm dying to know. Okay, enjoy your month of July. Don't forget July, which is neat that you're going through this Phoenix moment, is the beginning of the second half of the year. And this is when we make adjustments, because in the first half we can see what has happened so far. Do I like it or do I not like it? What do I want to change? What do I want to adjust? And you do so, and you're able to move on in a new way, in a renewed way. Okay. And yeah, so yeah, let me know what's going on. Bye now. I love you.